Nothing says do or die more on a football field than fourth down, especially when it's fourth down and short. And in today's playoff game between the Falcons and Eagles, both offenses face critical fourth downs in determining their fates this evening. The Eagles converted theirs. The Falcons did not. LeGarrette Blount had a 1-yard touchdown run on a fourth down and goal for the Eagles late in the second quarter, and late in the fourth quarter, a Matt Ryan pass on fourth down and goal from the 2-yard line fell incomplete as the Eagles advanced to the NFC Championship game with a 15-10 victory over the Atlanta Falcons here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Not only do the Eagles advance to the NFC Championship game, they will host the NFC Championship game where they will take on either Minnesota or New Orleans. Now, coming into this game, the Falcons were fancied by many people to win this game, and for good reason. They had won 5 out of their last 6 games, including last week's wild card win in Los Angeles, which gave them a lot of momentum coming into this game. The Eagles, even though they came in as the number 1 overall seed, not a lot of momentum, especially after Carson Wentz's injury in Los Angeles early on in December. The Eagles went 2-1 with Nick Foles at quarterback, but in those last 2 games, the offense only scored 1 touchdown combined. But a lot of the doubters of Nick Foles, and there were a lot of them coming into this game, were silenced a little bit after this game. Foles, 23 of 30 for 246 yards in this game, and as is Nick Foles' hallmark, he did not turn over the ball. And the Eagles special teams came through as well, even though they did muff a punt in the first half, which led to the Falcons' 1 touchdown of the game. Kicker Jake Elliott, even though he did miss an extra point in this game, made 3 field goals, including a 53-yard field goal on the last play of the first half, which cut the Falcons' lead to 10-9. And after that, the Philadelphia defense took over, shut out the Atlanta Falcons in the second half, and when they had to shut them out of the end zone at the most critical juncture of the game, they did so when the Falcons were 72 inches away from possibly scoring the game-winning touchdown. And after the game, I got a chance to talk with one of the standout defenders for the Philadelphia Eagles on defense, Nigel Bradham, outside linebacker. He had 4 tackles, including a sack in the ball game, and I asked him to begin our conversation, how does it feel for him, along with his team, to be 1 game away and 1 win away from the Super Bowl?
It feels great, man. Obviously, we put ourselves in this situation for this opportunity. Seeing this coming and actually being able to go accomplish this goal and making us 1 step closer to what we really want at the end of the day. So you get the advance in this round, and we get ready for our next opponent.
The Falcons got to the point where they were 72 inches away from taking the lead. What was said amongst yourselves during that drive and on that fourth down play in the huddle?
Pretty much, man, we was just letting each other know that the game was on us. As a defense, we wanted to make sure we stood up, and this is what we prepared for. We prepared for the game to be on us and for us to be able to go out and win it. We live and breathe for those type of situations. We prepare for them, we practice those situations, and we continue to excel in them. And that wasn't our first time in that situation, man. I think that's why we had success today.
What was your responsibility in that fourth down play?
I actually had a tight end in coverage, and he blocked, so I just try to add rush as quick as possible and go pull that quarterback up.
All season long, including tonight, 0 points allowed by this defense in the final 2 minutes of a half. What allows this defense to be so staunch in those situations?
Well, we have a mentality, man. We might bend, give up a couple plays, but we're definitely not going to break. And especially a situation like that with the game's on the line, we know all we have to do is stop them from scoring a touchdown. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. So we play that type of defense, just not give up a touchdown. We're just going to play everything sticky, aggressive, and hands-on.
There was a lot made outside of the locker room of the Eagles being 2.5-point underdogs. Was there anything made about it inside the locker room?
Oh, no, man. We pretty much just felt we was disrespected, and that's all it was.
So there was a feeling?
Yeah, that was it. That's all it was. But that was all week. We came into this week knowing that. As soon as they found out we was playing the Falcons, everybody picked us to lose. So when you get situations like that, obviously it motivates you throughout the week, continues to keep you on top of your A game, and just get ready to defend your home field.
What did Nick Foles show you tonight that maybe you probably didn't see in him even before tonight in a playoff game.
Oh man, Nick's done a tremendous job for us all year. He's showing his tenacity, his aggressiveness to be able to make throws and stay in that pocket, man, and step up in it. You've seen him step up in it and make some great throws today, and I think that's all we wanted to see from him. His success and not making bad decisions. That's something he's always done extremely well. Even in practice, when he wasn't even starting, he never really turned the ball over. Even he was going against us as well, the ones, and never turned the ball over. So those type of traits, with that character of quarterbacks, will take you a long way.
This crowd was great. Is it going to make a difference next week when Minnesota or New Orleans comes in here?
It makes a difference every week. Every week, man. But tonight definitely was the most I've seen. The electrifying, and I felt it. You felt that energy out there. As soon as you walked on the field, you felt it. And you can look at their sideline and see their faces and how despite they were. And you see they caused a penalty today too. So that definitely affects them a lot.
As for the Atlanta Falcons, almost a fitting way for their roller coaster season to end this close to advancing back to the NFC Championship game. And on that final drive, the Falcons did convert on a key 4th down. It was a 4th down and 6 from their own 42-yard line on that last drive. A 20-yard pass completion from Matt Ryan to Julio Jones, which got the ball just inside the Eagles' 40-yard line. Just a few plays later, and just 2 yards away from retaking the lead with a minute to go, Julio Jones, the primary receiver on that 4th down play, slipped and fell and made it really tough for Matt Ryan to complete the pass, which he forced to Julio Jones after he got up from the turf, but the pass fell incomplete, and the Eagles now to the NFC Championship game, the Falcons season ending at 11-7, and no return trip to the Super Bowl for the Atlanta Falcons. So once again, the Eagles winning by a score of 15-10. Stay tuned to A Lot of Sports Talk and ALotofSportsTalk.com. The written recap of this game is below this video if you are on ALotofSportsTalk.com, and we will have NBA coverage on Monday. And tune in to A Lot of Sports Talk to see where we will be on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A couple of matinee NBA games, one in Philadelphia, the Toronto Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. One game in Washington, the Milwaukee Bucks against the Washington Wizards. So stay tuned to see where we will be on Monday. So once again, our final score, the Philadelphia Eagles winning the divisional round playoff game in the NFC against the Atlanta Falcons, 15-10. The Eagles flying into the NFC Championship game next Sunday to be played right here from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My name is Adeshina Koike for ALotofSportsTalk.com.